Hey, Nathan Daniel here, back filming another video. I'm not going to talk too much. I want to get into our content. If you watched last Friday's video about getting ready for my trip to Maryland, you saw a quick sneak peek of this week's video. And so today I am going to just click play and show you how I cut my hair. So, for those of you who don't know because you don't follow me on Snapchat, first off, what are you doing with your life? Second, go follow me. But I've been cutting my hair for like the past 3 months. So that's what I gotta do now. Kind of look grungy, and I just need to get taken care of. Hi. There's a cat under the sink. So, I guess I've been wanting to do this video anyway, so I guess this is what we'll do. What I'm doing is I'm starting with a number 3. And I'm just going to go up to the sides. I do a more of a hard transition rather than a fade on the one side. On the other side I'll fade. But I'm just going to take it with a 3 all the way up. Okay, and so that side is done. That's how quick and easy it is. For now, we're going to come back to it. We're going to fade down a little bit. But that's all we got to do there. I keep a mirror behind me because now I'm going to do the back. I'm not going to go all the way up with a 3. I'm probably going to go about halfway to where my ear is. And at the end, you want to be, when you're going to be fading, you want to do like a swooping motion. That's what gives you that nice fade. And I promise there are better videos online that teach you how to do this than this. And almost nothing came off there, which is fine. Brought it up just a little bit more. Now, just like I did halfway on the back, I'm going to do halfway on the other side. And you honestly don't even need a mirror to do this part. Do the back. It just helps a little. So that's the 3. I'm going to continue on the back, bring it up a little bit more with a 4. And I have a cowlick back there, a pretty good one. So that's why I bring it up to about a 4 in the back on top, because I need to knock that cowlick down. And pro tip, you can wet your hair when you're cutting it, but if you wet it, for the most part, you need it to be very wet. Damp hair would be uneven, and your hair is longer when it's wet. So you don't want to cut hair that isn't the same wetness, because then it'll be uneven. So either cut it dry like I am, or get it completely wet. Of course, run a towel through it quick. But yeah. Now we're going to go from a 4 to a 5. I'm just going to finish up the back. Blend in what I didn't already get. And I'm not cutting it flat. I'm actually holding the blades this way and letting it drop off the back of my head. I don't know if that's a real technique or not, but it works very good for me. So that's what I do, because again, I gotta get that cowlick gone. And then, since we're already playing with the 5, we're just going to fade over here a little bit with it. Just to make it nice and even. And so now that I've done the back, finished up the one side, we're going to come back to the first side and we're going to fade it down to a 1. I'm going to start with a 2. And we already brought a 3 all the way up, so I'm going to do a 2 about halfway. So that leaves me some space to play with the 1. I'm going to get the back as well, so we're going to go to about where my ears are. The hardest part about cutting your hair, now I'm pretty comfortable with it, but it was starting. Because once you get that first line in there, you have no choice but to keep going. And just remember, if you do want to cut your own hair, which I strongly recommend, I'm saving about $40 a month, is it grows back. I'm not a huge fan, but I used to do it all the time. I used to have my hair buzzed down like all the way. So that was my plan, is if I messed it up, just chop it all off to like a 4. So that was our 2. Now we're going to do a 1. And we're going to go like halfway up my ear, basically. I just really do what feels good and what feels right. And now to edge the back. This is the hardest part. And I'm not very good at it. Usually I get to where I think is okay, and then I have somebody else finish the back. But that's fine, just to get the hair off. And now around the ears. I usually like leaving a sideburn, but I haven't been. I've just been kind of playing with not having one last time and this time. So it's really up to you how you do that. Okay. So the fading is done. Now we just got to cut the top down a bit. And to do that, I grab the 7. So nice and long. And just like I did before, I usually hold it pretty much up, maybe drop it a little bit, but I don't put it flat. Because I like having that length and I don't want to mess with scissors. And it almost doesn't cut much at all, because I do cut my hair more often now. So it's really just to make sure I'm maintaining a length. In the back, I brought it down to a 5, remember? On top in the back to get rid of that cowlick. So what I do is about halfway, I angle it down just so it cuts it a little bit, so it's not so long here and then so short in the back. It kind of gives it a little transition. And again, these aren't real techniques, but it is real hair. there. Now, I am the first to admit it's not perfect, but it doesn't have to be for me. It looks good. I've gotten compliments on it. If a hairstylist were to go through it, I bet they would pick it apart. But when it's not styled, you can see it's not perfect, and I actually don't want it to be, because I want to be able to swoop it to the side and have that length to style it a little. But my hair, the way it works, if I kept it long, I'd get whooshies when I styled it all sideways. So I don't want this side long. More of a transition is probably ideal, but I like it.